Broadcast is live.
We are live.
Live
Michael
and
Carr.
live or Memorex? You tell me. Remember that commercial?
I am so excited to do this. We've been talking about doing this for weeks, right?
Yep.
So I'm so happy to have you on to spend some time chit-chatting with you. Obviously, we adore you on our team.
Yeah.
The agents adore you. You are so much more than just a real estate agent and a team member of our team. You are the person everybody goes to. You are like the culture, we call you like the culture manager. You make everything fun. You make everybody happy and you're just the best. But today, other than focusing on you being just a superstar human being, we're going to talk about what you did to scale your business from 0 to 15 million, which you're on pace to do, right, in 2021. How you did it, what the steps are, and who you are. So if you want to start, just tell us a little bit about who Michael J. Carr is, what led you to the Hudson Valley, and just a little bit about you.
Cool. Well, thank you for that lovely introduction. You're awesome. The energy level that you give to us is, I mean, I wish we could give even a portion of it back because you're just insane. I love it. So I am Michael Carr. I am originally from Cleveland, Ohio, via Chicago, Illinois, where I went to college, lived in Dublin, Ireland for a couple of years, then moved to New York City, lived in Washington Heights, in the Heights. And while in the city, I knew of New Paltz. You know, one movie made it famous back in the day. But my partner at the time went to school up here, introduced me to the Hudson Valley. I knew of it, but didn't know how much I would fall in love with the area. There's just something just with the nature, the spectacular ridges, the leaves in the wintertime, all the different activities, the trails, the hiking, just the quality of life is huge. So I definitely fell in love with up here. I was working in Manhattan as a real estate agent doing mostly rentals. Like 90% of my business was rentals because that's what the city is. Yes, did a few co-ops and a few condo sales, but 90% was rental sales. So that's how I got my start. And that was a lot of work because you're literally jumping on trains and buses and cabs constantly to get the deals done. So it's different being up here in terms of like now I'm always driving 1 million miles to get the deals done. But I get to do some beautiful countryside and get to like experience different neighborhoods and, you know, find like different local fairs and little restaurants and little craft shops. So that's also an exciting side to our business. I started with Stevens Real Estate Group, now powered by EXP, year and a half, essentially. I was in the process of, looking, trying to research who I was going to work with up here. I wanted to work up here, still in the city, go back and forth. And then, as we all know, COVID hit and I was basically on shutdown upstate, just starting real estate up here. So it's a whole other ball of wax in terms of, you don't have landlords to deal with. You have owners and sellers, and you have to get inspectors and do all these things that are so much more intensive, but also so much more rewarding because now you're, establishing relationships and building trust and confidence with your clientele, with your team, with the team, including mortgage brokers, as well as inspectors, appraisers, like all these people that I knew of, but it's amazing to, be fully involved in all of it.
I think I knew how driven you were just by your persistence in meeting with Bruce or I. And you just kept hammering us, I have to meet you. And you came like a random day and just met with him. And then COVID happened almost instantly after you decided to join our team, which actually I feel like for us was great because you and I spent a lot of time on Zoom during COVID talking about what you needed to do to put your business in place here and the steps you needed to take for buyers and sellers. And obviously we were transitioning to EXP at the same time. So That was
Well,
another learning curve, but I knew you were so persistent, and I'm the same way. Like, I'll find you, I'll hunt you down and find you. And that's how you were. So almost instantaneously, I knew that you were going to be a superstar. But how do you think? So you're brand new here, you don't know anybody, you're coming into a brand new market. What are the steps? Because let's face it, real estate agents struggle, they flounder, it's hard for them to generate business, especially in a market they know, with people they know, and family and friends they know. How do you thrive in a real estate market where you virtually don't know anybody? How do you build a business from 0 to 15 million? Are there things you do? Are there mantras you live by? Like, what does Michael Carr do to be able to scale his business so rapidly in 1 year's time?
I mean, I'm kind of blown away by it to a certain extent. Like, I knew that, yes, I had goals in place and wanted to be successful, because it's the end of the day, it's me, myself, and I. But it's not. And that's where I think my business has helped grow, is because I'm open to it all. I'm open to learning new things. I'm open to say yes to, $100,000 buyer, $1,000 renter, a $3 million buyer, a seller. Like, I'm open to it all. And I think my main basis is that we're all cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
We are all the same. There is no difference in terms of, like, just because somebody has more money or somebody has less money, it makes no difference. We are in this together. So having that mentality is like, if I can just help anybody get to where they need to be, in terms of, like, if it's a renter, if it's a buyer, if it's a seller, if it's an investor, whatever it is, I'm going to help facilitate. And if I don't know something, I'm going to learn, or die hard trying to do so. So I think I was fortunate that I had a broker in the city that, one, he drilled into me, always check your work. So say, for example, when it comes to, putting up a listing, before you go live with it, you are reading the whole thing backwards, you're checking punctuation, you're looking at the photos, making sure that everything is, done properly and prepared for the market. And that goes with everything else, when you're putting a purchase offer together, or when you're doing your listing docs, and whatever, all these things, you want to make sure that they're in line, ready to go. And it becomes then second nature. So you don't have to sit and think about, oh, did I do that right? It's like, no, you did it right because you put in the work. So say, for example, you, Rockstar, miss running a crazy triathlon this past weekend. You didn't just decide, hey, 2 weeks ago, I'm going to go run this thing. Like, you put in so many hours and dedication of time and energy and sweat and tears and hunger and pain and all those things to get to this triathlon. Is that we're doing the same thing. It's just doing the work on a daily basis to get you where you need to be. And I'm not looking at the end goal. I'm not looking at the dollar figure per transaction. I mean, I really don't care. Yes, it's nice, but I want to help establish relationships. I want to have people, learn to trust me and let me help guide them to where they want to go. So,
and I think you're so genuine with that. And I stand up every Tuesday and every day and preach that, like, it's not about the money. It can never be about the money. You have to be able to look your client in the eye and say, whatever is best for you and your family is the right thing to do. And if that is sacrificing, and face it, we spend people don't understand how much time we spend running around and working. It really is like, it's a grueling industry. Yep. And there's a lot of times we don't get paid for the work that we do, but you have to stop looking at it as dollars and cents. And I started my real estate career the same way. I did rentals. I did rentals in a market where there was no real estate market. It was 2009. I did rentals because that was the only money that I could make. And I was pregnant, about to have a baby, quit my job. And that's what I did. But renters became buyers. Yes. And landlords became sellers. And then eventually the business built. But it was never about, oh, I'm only going to make $250. It's like, who cares? I helped somebody. And at the end of the day, that somebody knows somebody who knows somebody. And that's how a business is truly built. And when you do the right thing and you show up and you consistently are just coming from a place of contribution, then that's how you scale from 0 to $15 million. Like, your clients, Michael, love you. And some of them are probably on here. Someone just said, Katie just said, Michael is my hero. So, like, what you do is so glaringly obvious. Like, who you are is so obvious to everybody that you put yourself around. And you're just an amazing person. So it's a reflection of your business. What else?
I don't know. I mean, one is having fun. Like, we got to have fun while we're doing this. And so I love that we can laugh. And I mean, here on this transaction, we won't necessarily do it, but it's like, I have all the F-bombs ready to go because that's what we do.
Oh, we can drop F-bombs here if you want to drop
it. Great. It's just like, it's so grueling. There's so much work. But at the end of the day, it's like, we're all in this together. And it's like, we got to have fun. We got to put it in perspective. Like, we're not brain surgeons. Nobody's going to die at the end of the day if the transaction doesn't go according to plan or doesn't close the day it's supposed to close. As we know, every transaction is completely different. Every person's completely different. And we just got to, respect it. So I don't know. I think I love like helping fellow coworkers without even, I'm like, how did I get this knowledge? Why would people come to me? What is it about me that I'm going to help them? And I remember when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing and I was afraid to ask. And I'm like, this is bullshit. It's like, just ask the questions. And it may seem stupid, but it could be like 5 other people in the same room wanting to ask that question, but afraid because they're too embarrassed. I'm like, all right, throw the embarrassment out the window, start being more vulnerable, being like, hey, I'm human. I will fuck up and it's okay. So
there's that F-bomb.
I had to after I said that. I was like, I got to talk about it. Like, just throw it out there.
Yeah, and I think you spent the time, like, foundational. You have to lay the foundation, and I think if you take the time to lay the foundation, and I lead a team, so I think a team is the best way to learn and scale a business. But if you learn the foundational components of the real estate business, then you have the ability. It becomes second nature, right? Like training for a triathlon. Like, you wake up, you do it, you know what you're doing. But yes, every transaction's different. We learn something every day. If we're not learning, we're not growing.
Correct.
So, you're like me. You're constantly putting yourself in the situations that will help you grow and become better and be a better real estate agent for your clients. So, yeah, but we do have fun.
Yeah, we have to.
We just got back from Dallas. Like, that was
a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yep, that was a lot of fun. It was highly entertaining in so many fronts that we could probably do a whole other live video on. But it was a great experience. I mean, I remember you initially talking about EXP and before we made the switch and like how nervous you were. And, one of the things I think I kept saying to you, I'm like, leap in the net is going to appear. And I always thought that was a bunch of BS growing up. I'm like, blah, 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 things to help you cope and get through. But it's absolutely true. You know yourself, Bruce in the business, and that what it took to build it to this point, that you weren't just willing to give it away, hence like, holding it back. But then now once we're in it, we see that so much more has opened up to us in terms of connectivity and relationship building and scaling and 1% better every day and 100% accountability, 0 excuses, like all these things that we knew that were there, but now they're just being like reinforced and getting us to goals that are beyond our comprehension.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things I love about hearing from Kyle is like, yeah, but you're not thinking big enough. Like, you got to keep thinking bigger and bigger. And you're like, holy shit, we can do that. We are capable of doing this. If I'm capable of doing this, yeah, others are capable of doing it. So
yeah. And I think, putting yourself around people that are going to pull you up. And that's part of the reason, I made the switch. And for all of us to learn and be part of something much, much bigger around people that are doing real estate at just a much higher scale than we are even doing it at. And we have such an amazing team now. And I think no matter what market you're in, everybody's capable of taking market share. And I think you're doing that. You're doing that in a market where Michael Carr is not, you didn't grow up here. Your parents didn't live here. You know, you didn't take the business over from your great grandfather.
Right.
You're just you, and people love you and appreciate you, and you work hard. And I always say it's simple, right? It's showing up. It's showing up. Like, I think it's no secret you show up more than anybody else. You just do. And I was thinking this on the way to work today, you are always the one that will take the open houses, and you're probably the busiest person, but you take the open houses because you show up and you contribute, and then you get cash offers and clients. And, you know, it's just all about just taking it and showing up and being there. And eventually you're going to build a Michael J. Carr team, and I'm going to help you do that.
Yeah.
Because you need your own buyer's agent. Like, you are a leader.
I need a
You're
TC.
a leader.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't think I am, but when you say it, I'm like, yes, I can rally the troops. I can bring people together. I love doing that. And if we can come together for, you know, like a common good, whatever it is, like, you know, we've done some volunteer works with our team. We're looking to do more. We want to give back because we're the humanity, and all of us are like, yep, we're doing well. COVID really helped the real estate industry, as everyone knows, because of this crazy market that we're in. However, it's the showing up, it's saying yes. And that was something from like an improv class way back in the day in college, where you always just say yes. And then you'll be amazed at like the results. So when you say, hey, Michael, can you do the open house? I'm like, yes. And guess what? I got a cash buyer and I submitted that offer and we did the deal, or we're doing a deal, or we got an off-market deal. Like, just yes. And you'll be surprised at the results.
Do you keep a calendar? Like, do you have, what's your day look like? Do you have like a daily routine?
I'm fortunate. Like, I'm up every day and do a daily call 7 days a week.
Yeah, you should talk about that, because that's impressive. What time is that at?
7:30.
Yeah.
So I go 7:30, generally to like 8:15. It's I can't really say it's a life coach. It's an all around many things, but one of the things that it just helps is center and focus on. I have a tough time with religion, and most people know, like, I'm a recovering Catholic, and it gets easier every day. And I have a really hard time talking about God and Jesus and all this other stuff. And one of the things that this was able to help me broach into is that I love nature. I love the sky. I love the moon. I love the sun. Like, I love all of it. I'm like, wait a minute, that is a form of a God or God. And to have that beauty be my spiritual God, then great. I'm surrounded by greatness, good orderly direction all the time. Yeah. So that's what kind of gets me up and excited. The fact that I also have my little Persian kitty cat that is like my best bud. Got to get up for him. So guess what? You just got to keep on getting up and appreciating life. And yeah, it's fascinating. Like,
and having a commitment to be like, you know, being accountable to that person at 7:15 every day. That's hard to do. Right? Yeah. It's easier to make an excuse than to show up 7 days a week and have to do something that makes you uncomfortable to do.
You're like, I'm tired. I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, I don't want to do it today. I can't come today. But that's why I was telling Caesar the other day, discipline will carry you and motivation can't, right? So it's like the discipline of doing the same thing every day repeatedly will carry you on the days where you just don't want to do it. And you're no different than me. And I'm no different than everybody else. We don't want to do things every day.
Right.
And
and then you have that resistance. You're like, no, I don't want it, but you know that you have to.
Yep. And it's like, okay, let me just go. Let me just get there. Let me just do this. Let me just and it's all day. And you know, it's an all-encompassing business, and you're dealing with people's emotions at scale. So so here's my thing, because I'm like, Bruce and I have always said real estate is just the vehicle in which we sell. We are therapists. Like, we are here to solve people's problems and listen to them and be there for them and support them. But I feel like we solve crises more than we do anything else. How do you keep people calm so that your deals, because I think most of what agents struggle with is having the ability to move their deals from crisis to closing,
Right.
right? Everybody's just like deals off, the seller's backing out, buyer's backing out. What do you feel like is your superpower in keeping people stable and calm to get that deal from, because every deal has a crisis. I mean, really. And when you're like, this is the easiest, best deal ever. Well, like in come the freaking, grenade. Exactly. How do you feel like you have, like, what is your ability in keeping people just calm throughout?
I think with most things, you just listen, right? So I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, most recent crisis where, almost basically everything was wrong, but I just sat there on the phone for probably, an hour to an hour and 45 minutes, just listening and saying, okay, I can, understand where you're coming from. Now that it's off the table and you're a little bit calmer, what can we do to fix it? What can we do to make it better? And like, well, I feel better already. So, okay, I made a big mountain out of a molehill, and now I realize it's just a molehill. So yeah, let's move forward.
And they say we have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
We need to listen more than we talk. And I learned that. It took me time to learn that. I just stopped talking. And if you listen to them and hear what they're saying and feeling, oftentimes that's enough.
Yeah.
And then they've said it and they've exploded. And you do, some days I'm like, okay, I got to zip up my armor because these people are crazy today. And when one person's crazy, 30 people are crazy and 30 deals are falling apart. But you listen and that's what we're there to do, is support them through the process.
So I used to work for an airline back in the day. And one of the things that, you're always going to have irate customers, whatever. But the thing is, you talk quietly and slowly, and they go from screaming their heads off to be like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. And like, once they're at that point, then you can come to like a meeting of the minds. Then you can like help them in whatever way. Like it's similarly where you just got to let people vent it all out, thinking that, oh, all the world's out to get me, when it's like, no, it's just your lender needs to call you back, like something as simple as that. So
do you feel like there's a solution to every problem?
When you ask that question, I would want to say yes, but there is, but we not know it. And I have no problem saying, I don't know. And let me see what I can do to find out. I think that's what's like disarming for people. Like, well, you should know everything. I'm like, I hope I don't know everything, because then I won't be continuing to grow. So yeah. I always think there's a solution to every problem. Yeah.
And sometimes they're not, and sometimes deals just fall apart, and that's just the way it is. But
right? Like if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. You can't force it. So that's why the deal probably fell. I like the quote where if you change the way you look at something, that thing you're looking at changes.
Totally.
So
and putting yourself in people's shoes. We're human beings. Real estate's a lot of money. It's a lot of emotions, like the video we were just listening to of Stephanie say.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like it's life changes, it's death, divorce, financial troubles. It's a lot, you know? So I feel like we're lucky. I feel so lucky. I went to school to be a guidance counselor, and other than my loans that I still am paying, I feel grateful to be in a position to help people, achieve their dreams, which is what's happening, right?
Absolutely. You'd be an awesome life coach, counselor.
Oh God. Some people say that. Are you a life coach? I'm like, no.
Miss Lindsay, I got a question for you. Fix my life, will you?
Oh my God. No excuses. Show the F up.
Say it. Smack.
What else? What's your goal for 2022?
I mean, I guess constantly want to re-up. So when we were in Dallas, I have a goal that you and I need to discuss that has to happen by January, and that's exciting. So that's something in continuing with, doing work here, I have other work that I need to do to, have additional streams of income and eventually be in a position. My ultimate goal, I was telling a friend of mine last night, is that with real estate, I do want to help people, but I also at some point in time want to be able to ask for the help from others. And one thing I want to do is I want to be able to take my friends and family on one massive blowout vacation. Like We are heading to Italy. I'm rented a villa for the month. You can come whenever. Like, I would love to be able to do that so I can provide that gift to friends and family.
Are
Like
you
that.
declaring that on our live right now?
I think this is this going to be in posterity? Like, we can access this in a
This
year
is
from
your
now?
accountability. This is your accountability
Yep.
partner asking if you're declaring that that's an amazing goal, right?
Yeah.
And I think we have to be so crystal clear on what we're here. Why are we here?
Right.
You know, what is, and it's not just to make money, it's to make memories, it's to get more time back, it's to take your family to Italy.
Yep.
No doubt you'll do it. There's no doubt.
Have to.
But getting crystal clear on what that is and what that goal, why do you want to take your family to Italy?
I mean, I'm just saying Italy, but I want to be able to create an experience and memories with people that I love and the people that love me. And I think that would be such a great thing. It's atypical from our, your normal get-togethers. Once you remove somebody from their home situation, a lot of those problems like resolve on their own, or you can put them in suspense and then come back to it. And it's just having that. I mean, we have this one life and we need to have more positive experiences than the negative. So if I can help create that for the people that love me and I love, then yeah, let's do it.
And I think that's what makes you such a good real estate professional. It's the simple things. You're a simple guy, but you're a fun, amazing, funny guy that keeps everybody laughing all the time.
When you just simple, I'm like, I could go off, but I'm not. Yeah. No, I guess one of the things I was fortunate, so I talked about it briefly about recovering Catholic, but I was fortunate to go to a Jesuit high school and a Jesuit college. And one of the things that with the Jesuits is being a man for others. So it's not about you. It's about you being that vehicle to help others get to where they need to be that shoulder for somebody to cry on, be that conduit for whatever. But it's like you're doing it selflessly because the gift in return is far greater than anything you could possibly think of as saying, oh, I need this, I'm going to get this. You're doing good stuff. So at the end of the day,
that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, do good.
And that's what makes you successful, I think, is when you take yourself out of wanting to stop wanting and just to give without expectation is when you receive.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously there is no luck, right? I always say that we're not lucky. We're here because we work hard and we do the things we need to do. But you treat people with such love and respect that you get business back in return without asking for it.
Yeah.
So no doubt, I think you'll go from, we want you to hit your 15 million because we want to pay you back your $8,000 cap, which I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
I mean, I hope so. It's we're getting there.
And then next year you're going to go double or nothing.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
And just
if there's other real estate agents that are out there that can do that, I can do it. And there are.
And be a resource to them. So if anybody's listening to this or watches this after we're done, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you? And if they want to maybe join your team that you're going to start building as a buyer's agent or a showing agent or us,
coordinator or whatever. Yeah.
Our ecosystem at EXP is huge. So we have the ability to, bring people on from anywhere in the world, really, which is exciting. What's the best way for them to reach you?
I mean, my cell number, 773-470-7653. Yep, it is Chicago-based. I am in upstate New York. However, I can help you anywhere in the world.
Amazing.
So,
you're amazing. We adore you. 15 million this year. How many sales? About 42?
I mean, right now I'm only at 20 something and I
28.
Oh, see? Somebody's watching. I love it. Yeah. So just gotta, man, I can get one that's $20 million. Just that's one.
It.
And
what do you have to do for that? You got to show that up.
Exactly. And do good work.
That's it. You're amazing. Thanks for
Thanks.
being on my Facebook Live today.
Yeah.
I wanted to share you because, I mean, no doubt everybody knows who you are and everybody in our market knows who you are. I believe if they're, you know, doing real estate in the Hudson Valley, they know you and they're probably like, who the hell is this punk coming from Chicago? But keep spreading your love and keep doing good for people, your clients. I mean, they'll keep feeding you business forever and ever and ever.
Right.
Any final thoughts?
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy, Saturday Night Live. I can't know. I don't have any final thoughts. I'm sorry.
Keep rocking, Will. Keep rocking.
Let's do this some more.
Okay, sounds good.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.